Good evening, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to Week 7 of Free Enterprise Legacy. My name is Invin, and the booth with me tonight is NG Dave. Dave, how's it going?
It's going pretty well tonight. How are you doing?
Doing just fine. We got Gambit handling our restream. We have Sheep Launcher doing the tracking, and two featured runners here, Simbu and Judge Joe, ready to tackle this flag set. Now, you did commentary on this for Week 1. I did commentary on it for Week 3. This flag set looks a little gnarlier tonight. What has changed? What has gotten us here? And what are some of the nastier aspects of this flag set tonight that you think are going to challenge our runners?
I think one of the biggest challenges to our runners is going to be the lack of resources available with both T-Money and Cell Zero on.
Yeah. Every chest except the trap chests and the key item chests will have a whopping 0 gold pieces in it. If our runners want to buy anything in these S-Wild shops, they're going to have to get their money through other methods. Trap chests, boss fights, what have you. So we'll see how that money implication makes things work out for them. I think there's going to be a lot of reliance on the 299 kits and the better kit at the start. So really hoping for some good luck at the draw there. What about the meta objectives? You got those pulled up?
I have them available. Let me add them available.
Well, you got them pulled up. I will say that 2 weeks ago, we did get the featured runners took care of 2 of the season's meta objectives. One was flattery will get you. What was the exact word? Flattery will get you somewhere. That name of character Zoe got S-Wild. And do you really need that many? Buy 99 of any item. Put another 99 kit in play. So fun little flags added. That is not a good starting team.
We got a dwarf. We got 99 dwarf packs and 99 black shirts. That is not helpful for this party.
I mean, black shirts aren't the worst thing if we find... Well, we won't be finding Fu in this flag set with the current flags. Ortella. Rydia and Palom like a black shirt. Dwarfax, of course, nice for back row glitching. Kane and Sid. And if you get a Sid, I don't think Curse Ring's banned in the flag set currently.
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I have the flag set pulled up, scrolled through. So Curse Rings are still available, but a Sid with a Dwarf Axe, that gets your agility taken care of pretty much anyway.
Plus, early game, Dwarf Axe still has decent attack and the +5 strength, so he could still do some good damage with it.
Yep. But with that Darkness Crystal, I think one of the big things I'd be interested in is knowing who that Moon character is. This is using the C standard gating, so... Oh wait, Edge and Fu, not in the flag set. Cecil and Tella, not in the flag set. I mean, hopefully there's someone good on the Moon, right?
It could be anyone. It could even be a Duke Bard.
So I would be very eager to see both that character and to see the Hobbs character, because... these two, I just don't think are going to be getting the job done that early. And how are we going to even afford a dancing dagger for Edward with the money situation? So I definitely want more bodies on the field if I can get them.
Oh, that will help the team out. That's a Kane on Hobbs. Kane can wield that Dwarf Axe.
Oh, yeah. The decent starting weapon are these Kaipo. No, they're Baron guards. So there is still the little concern of them miniing your team if you hit them with a physical attack, but I see that Stardust item kicking around from the better kit. I might be inclined to just pop that right here, right now.
Yeah, this 2 targets is a good spot for it.
Runners side by side, both wanting to get that Kane in the party.
And Judge Joe agreeing with your assessment.
Yeah, Kane with the Dwarf Axe will do some good early game damage, but not if he's in mini-state. So, out comes the Stardust, down go the guards, and we have the starting of a team here. I like it.
Yeah, that Kane's going to carry. Well, to the best of his ability with the Dwarf Axe. Hopefully we can find something good from one of the trap chests.
Yeah. One of the worst things about that, though, is giving him that 5 agility penalty is so troublesome at the start of these fights. So it may behoove you to actually, go back to the spear, go back to the Dwarf Axe, go back to the spear, go back to the Dwarf Axe for some of these battles, just to keep your agility up in the overworld.
That is very true. And it looks like both our runners are going to check who's on the Moon.
Bodies on the field, bodies on the field. Cannot fault that play at all. I think I would really like to see... I'm a little torn. Like, getting Sid on the team here would be just a great mountain of HP and decent damage with that Dwarf Axe, but I think Palom's a character that on any K trap seed, you really want to get rolling, just to power him up so that you can Quake things. Rydia as well, with these wild shops, once you get enough money, you can probably buy a big summon to use.
Agreed. Even with no money coming from selling, scrounging up 40,000 gold for Leviathan isn't going to be overly difficult.
Yeah. You know, we're going to see something cute here probably in some of these fights, and it's the fact that with the life glitch, which is still allowed, life glitch is still on, we may see people life glitching trap chest enemies not for the sake of the XP, but just for the sake of the cash, trying to get that money.
Yeah, I am not as familiar with which trap chests give good money. Are there any early trap chests that you know of that have a significant amount of gold?
I honestly do not. I never pay attention to that number. I'm always about the XP, but I will say that I know Simbu knows a lot of interesting little minutia about the game that is often overlooked. So if there's a shockingly good place to get good money, we'll probably see it on his screen tonight.
And Judge Joe showing us who's on the moon.
Yeah, and of course this maxes out our party size. Max party 4. Won't be adding a 5th character to the team, so at this point it's all swapsies.
And there's that Palom you were talking about.
I think that's such a great addition. We have the black shirt to put on him. He enables twin magic now. And of course he himself will get Virus and Quake in fairly quick order. I think that is exactly who you wanted to add to the team up there.
And as Berserk now pointed out in chat, Palom will enable a reaction grind if our runners choose to do so.
Yeah, definitely will. I'm wondering, though, if the agility here is going to be prohibitive on that front.
It looks like Judge Joe's going to try it.
I think the slowest you could do on a character right now for your anchor would be to put the Dwarf Axe on Kane. Barring that, Palom himself has the next lowest agility of this team currently. I mean, if you land it, this is the big power spike you need, but actually getting the enemy to spawn and then surviving, because you either fight 2 balloons, 2 grenades, and thus all 4 of them get attacks, or you fight the 1 grenade with the 4 other enemies and all 5 of them get turns. I will be very surprised if a Palom lives long enough to cast Lightning 1.
Judge Joe may have come to that same conclusion.
But for what it's worth, with the Dwarf Axe and the Twin Magic, there are a lot of fights back on the blue planet that aren't that nasty, I think. Antlion Cave should be doable. The first fight on Ordeal should be pretty easy. Fabul, even if you do want to try to delay it till you can route in some more things, probably not the worst. Baronin has a high chance of being a little rude, of course.
And our Tracker Sheep Launcher pointing out that Bacchus wines were found in the moon shop.
I love Bacchus wine, but I think our runners are going to have to be very, very judicious in their in how they spend their money this seed, of course. The SL0 is so nasty also because you have these 299 kits and you think, like, your reflex is, I'm going to be able to finance everything this seed. I don't need to loot. I can just sell, 94 of one, 94 of the other, and buy whatever I need. No. Some first or second place winner trolled the Legacy community. But still, side by side, runner's going to go down here and see who the Antlion boss is.
And we have the wall down here. This is a very good place for our runners to find it.
Yeah, this boss can hit hard and hit fast, so getting it out of the way at a very wimpy spot is very nice. Other nice thing too is that because this spot is just one whole enemy instead of a bunch of split ones or multi-phase bosses, you will be getting Ice 2 on Palom after this fight as long as he's still standing at the end.
That's a very good point. With the black shirt on, Palom should have absolutely no trouble standing through this fight.
Twin magics and jumps, twin magics and jumps. That's all the sources of power we've got so far.
All you're going to need for a little while.
And a Siren. Don't hate that. If you want an easier fight than trying to pull off a reaction grind, well, there's a couple of very quick Liliths on Ordeals. Often, if you get a non-key item at Antline, you'll see Racers just reset, but here I think they both really want that first Tier 2 spell on Palom, and the ability to use that Siren for a good XP infusion, or money infusion if we end up feeling like we can take on gold dragons on the moon.
Agreed, the Siren is just too valuable to reset out of, especially because they are not available in shops.
Oh, an excellent point. I was so focused on the S cell 0, I missed the S no sirens. So yeah, that's a very welcome find. It's going to be kind of interesting too, because I just mentioned the immediate utility, but now you have to consider: do you want the early use or the later use? And that's a Stardust Rod for Cell. Ooh.
And we saw Judge Joe looking longingly at it, and the little mosquito floating out of his wallet.
Find a handful of Thor Rages, just in case of a rude Kinatsu or Odin, I'm sure. Also, other marginal uses, like maybe against these dolls. Now, of course, Flare does split damage, Comet does not. It's roughly, it's a 75% chance of Flare. And then a 63 out of 64 chance of Comet, and then a 1 in 256 chance of or no, 60. Yeah, it's a 63.
You're correct.
Yeah.
It rolls out of 256.
Yeah, and then there's that one chance that it just go, I don't know what we're doing here. But Simbu getting the lucky roll.
Yeah, the kids knew what they were doing on Simbu's side, and on Judge Joe's side. Both are runners. The kids know what's up.
Very nice rolls. That fight could definitely be a little gnarlier if we saw the big doll appear, but no need to worry about that for either runner. Very nice. And Luca Key, that is required to beat this seed. We do have complete the sealed cave. Well, I'd say required. Yeah, complete all objectives. This ain't no 4 out of 5 tonight.
And we gotta do all of them.
And also, if we do get underground, and you're willing to use some of your limited Starvel options, you can get a decent little XP infusion on the trapdoors by reflecting their stuff back at them. So
that requires them to behave with their targeting too, I believe.
Yeah. You typically go in hoping, like, knowing you'll get XP on one character, hoping you'll get it on a second. 3, just don't push your luck. Both runners going to Baron now instead of up Ordeals. Gonna see a Water Hag and another Palom.
Our runner's probably breathing a sigh of relief when there's no second robe talking to Palom.
Well, you say that, but that just means that that multi-blue robe is waiting to be activated somewhere else, somewhere perhaps worse.
That's true, and everyone loves to see Senator Crocodile make an appearance.
Oh yeah, and also I would unironically love that XP at this spot, just knowing, hey, my opponent's probably going to sit through this as well. The fights aren't that terrifying. Both our runners did pick up a Thor Rage or 2, so it wouldn't have been the worst fight, but.
Streamer Gambit is cheering for the second blue robe to show up at the Masa altar for reasons.
It's a great place for it. Hey, we do have Pale Dim, which a lot of people have theorized might be part of one of the meta objectives, Andy versus the White Dragon.
Oh, that's what those characters mean.
Yeah, Haku Ryu, if I remember correctly. But we don't have Float. We don't have a means of making it cast Quake. Those are kind of the two things that people kind of think as Andy, the Link to the Past runner who hovers. White Dragon uses Quake as a counter if you hit it with a summon. Maybe that's part of the meta objective, maybe not. But this Peldim and this team, I don't think we'll be seeing any action on that front today.
And well, the bigger thing is we just haven't seen half of what's required.
Yeah. Twin Magic, of course, proving its utility still, not drawing counterattacks, and also being non-elemental. But now, Judge Joe appears to have chosen discretion as the better part of valor, opting to come back for that with a slightly more potent team. Checking some of these wild shops, figuring out what's around.
Or perhaps Judge Joe is going to maybe take a shot at the meta objective and try to find Iridia first.
Ooh, possibility. Well, Simbu's finishing up this fight. Other ones remaining are World's Fastest Paladin, Tesla/Edison. I don't think we'll see World's Fastest Paladins on a No Cecil set, of course. A Flag Best Served Cold. Maybe that has something to do with Revenge or Vengeance or the Avenger.
That's a very good guess, and I was thinking along the same lines.
Perfectly Polite Podesta, who even knows? Finish with a little swag, a lot of options there, and Iridia to the rescue again. So, all 7 of those are active. I'm sure Zoe is watching closely to see if anyone solves Ver riddles. And in the meantime, Simbu gets rewarded with Womp Womp.
Judge Joe appears to be paying a doggo a visit.
Full Moon, not going to do us anything, can't sell it for anything, there's no edge available on the seed, it's just trash, and you can't even get a duplicate Palom here, so no value from Baron N, except the little bit of XP.
I think a few of us, and myself included, think that the Tesla Edison that Beowulf just mentioned is Thunderstruck Odin.
That'd be a good one. Lots of good utility items in the Baron item shop. Flame Dog being a little rude here. Hopefully this Ice 2 goes off in time.
Flame Dog decided to not hit the one person who could kill it.
Hey, you'll love to see it. That's going to get Judge Joe this trap chest clear. Let's see what value pops out of it.
And Ogre Axe, a good weapon for Kane.
Yeah, that's a huge upgrade to the Dwarf Axe. And it will make certain fights, like the Mad Ogre chest down in Eblin Castle, a lot easier with that quad damage bonus. Kind of running out of places to go, though, aren't we?
We still have the Upland Traps. We have the Ordeals.
Mm-hmm. Now, neither runner ran up to see if there was a Mist Dragon up there. Let's hope that that's not the case. That's no fun for anyone. Even the love of the evil in the commentator's booth, I no longer long for D-Mist at Magus Sisters. You feel bad for everyone involved.
Yeah, Flame Dog was not being as polite on Simbu's side, deciding to punch Palom in the face.
Ooh, one of our freebies at the Mist Cave. Won't be seeing King Queen Eblin in a rougher location. Yeah, Simbu peeked this waterfall cave earlier. Joe passed it by.
It's just a purple robe, I believe.
Yeah.
Do we know it's Mylon Z? Have we seen Mylon and Friends and I just don't remember seeing it?
Maybe Simbu sat all the way till the battle started.
Ah. Okay.
You can see the little mouse cursor going for the reset button. All according to plan.
So where do you go? Do you go to Ordeals, or do you go start Evelyn Trap hunting?
Ordeals is a required objective anyway. You got that Ogre Axe, so Kane has meaningful physical damage. Your Palom has pretty good magical damage. Now, the question, though, is, this is Sea Hero. Did Joe pick up a strong J item or two to replace the Stardust that was used up on Hobbs? I think that's one of those things that Sea Hero, especially here with Vanilla Agility, is very easy to overlook. Your Porum will have to do that Ordeals fight herself. Did you make sure to save or procure the means to let her get it done?
I'm not sure if Judge Joe picked anything else up other than those Thor Rages.
Yeah, I mean, I think Thor Rages do get you there. Not exactly super speedily, though, of course.
Hopefully for his sake, it's Odin there or something.
Ugh, slow fight, that's a Nylon spot.
Oh, that's just rude. One of the lowest physical attack spots in the game, and something that does % damage.
Yeah, but gonna be very thankful that he picked up the Ogre Axe before coming here.
And thankful that Kane is back road from swinging the Dwarf Axe.
Yep. Now here, Simbu's taking the other route. Instead of going for Ordeals, gonna go for some of these trap chests. Now, I'm a little apprehensive for Simbu's sake here, because although we have pretty good offense against certain of these fights, the defense is the kind of terrifying part here. Joe has taken the defender down. Now it's just a case of jumping.
And you've got a way made with enough magic. You'll eventually whittle this down.
Yeah. I'm excited for the day when people know agility and can tell the ticks of battle so perfectly that they could, for instance, like queue up a tier 2 spell with Palom here, knowing exactly when the CPU's reflect will drop. I'm not going to be doing that. But one day, folks will just be like, yeah, I can just cast Lightning 2 right now. It's no problem. There's no danger.
I'm afraid of when that day comes. That means that our robot overlords have decided to start playing free Enterprise.
And Simbu here, yeah, the combination of even though you're getting the ×4 damage bonus, Kane's level's a little low, accuracy is a little bleh, and taking down those Mad Ogres just didn't come to pass. So, also going to be making it up Ordeals now. And again, does he have something for Porum to take care of her boss fight? I feel like both our runners may have neglected to pick up something like that. I know we saw at least like Zeus Rages and Stardusts for sale, and we have the money to afford a couple. Just saying.
We might be able to afford one Stardust. I believe they're 8K.
Oh, and Simbu did spend a decent chunk of his change already. Joe, I think, might still have some money kicking around though. But I love seeds like this, where it can be a little annoying to race them, of course, because it can feel like, oh, you get one bad break and you fall behind and you can't make up for it. But I love like the puzzling kind of Catalyte seed, where you really have to evaluate your options and just pick away at boss fights little by little. I think they're a lot of fun. If you're antsy about trying one because you think it looks too hard, don't give it a go. Doing puzzle mode free Enterprise is really a good time, I swear.
And seeds like this teach you exactly when you should conserve your resources.
Here we go. Joe did take down the big orb, just one little one to go. Gonna get a decent little XP infusion here. I don't think enough to get Palom to Virus yet, though.
Like, for example, those Baron Guards came up earlier. Could you have taken them with just having Kane jump?
True. I'm thinking also that suggestion earlier about the potential of a reaction grind. A curse string enables it, but how are you affording a curse string? I wonder if the correct play here is to farm random skeleton and ghost encounters on ordeals until you get a cursed ring drop. It'll only take you about, 500 fights, but then you can go to your grinding elsewhere.
Oh, that is not what you want to see in the back attack.
Oh, that's so nasty. The back attack, of course, means it gets count right out the gate. You're sitting there waiting tick-tock, till you can take a turn. It's become habit for me at this point. When I see Plague at the back attack spot, I just reset and immediately take a random encounter. I'm like, no, I'm killing off a character. We're going to do the life thing. And yeah, Berserk and Chad, I like your attitude, Berserk. I think that Siren I think we might be at a good place to use it. Use this opportunity to get XP on your Porum and Palom. Use it to kill off a character who you can res right at the start of this fight. I don't hate it. Although, I guess Sirens are a little dear on this flag set, aren't they?
Yeah, that one we found might be the only one. Might be the only one to see it, unless Gold Dragons decide to be polite and give you a freebie. They're not Gold Dragons, Yellow Dragons.
Simbu taking down the big orb. That's true. There are ways to manipulate to make sure, like, you could run around outside of friendlier areas and then just force the Lilith fight to appear.
Would that be using the same chart as Mac Giants or D Machines?
Neither, actually. There's like a third chart for the rarest encounter pool, and it's a little more obnoxious. It's probably faster to actually just run around and hope you get lucky, or that you get like a Lilith and 2 red bones. That's not bad XP either. Like, if you don't want to spend the Siren, there are mobs up here that'll give you decent XP to get a few levels without.
Judge Joe making it a little easier to kill off Edward to try to force Plague to recount.
Simbu going to go the random encounter route to go ahead and Dan a character. Hello, random fights, where are you?
Simbu making sure he actually turned encounters on.
Yeah, like, wait, is not on? Nah, no encounters are not on. And Simbu landing. Wait, did he run the Siren while I wasn't looking, or did he get the Liliths randomly?
No, that was random.
Okay, I looked away for 1 second just to double check the flag set. And getting lucky with the enemy pool, you love to see it. Another 5,500 XP. It's still not enough for Virus, but I think the important thing here is Porum. What was that drop?
Succubus.
Ah, okay.
Once you give K and MP, you can steal it from him.
So, leaving Porum on the ground, going to be able to reset the counter pretty easily this fight, and hopefully just keep it going. Yeah.
Judge Joe managed to get a little count loop going on his side.
Yeah, going to be running through a few life potions here, but I think Joe has this as well. It's just all about getting the party rocking at this point. Yeah, even with the 1 character dead, this is so nasty, because, like, waiting for Plague to reset the timer, Kane dropped there. But I guess it's actually good, because now you have already made another character to reset there. It's just a very awkward fight,
Agreed. Plague's awkward in a lot of spots, especially if you can't get a good RE1 setup with a Zerker.
Now Joe here making a bold play, queuing up a spell instead of a life potion.
And it seems to have paid off.
Simbu has finished taking down the eyeball. The bonus levels from that double Lilith fight undoubtedly helping out a little bit. I think that'll be the last reset that Joe needs. I think this next hit from either a tier 2 spell or a jump will finish the play guy. Or not. Huh, okay. A little more HP than I thought.
Yeah, I haven't been counting.
Now here we go. Here's the question I've been waiting for the answer to. Who is Porum C Hero Fight? And how on earth are you going to beat it?
This would be a fantastic place to have a Kamikaze to crumble skip. That crumble is just so slow.
Yeah, it really doesn't like having the numbers and the floating monster, all of that on the screen together.
There's our underground access.
Yeah, well, it's an underground access. An underground access. And
Oh no.
yeah. See ya. That is a fight you could get through here with, like, I think 2 well-timed Stardusts, if we could afford Stardusts, would do it. I don't think you would even need to dip into your Starvels if you just timed them at the right moment.
Find the first one right after Life 1 cast, second one immediately after, and you'd be good.
Yeah, Moboy pointing out the mage weakness of Asura, so Silent Staff will do work, Mute Arrows or an Elven Bow in individually or in concert would do good things.
The difficult part, of course, being obtaining them.
Yeah. Simbu has 9,471 GP to spend. And meanwhile, Joe's going for it. Cute.
Simbu buying an hourglass. I think Simbu's about to use that siren somewhere.
Or just heading to the trap chest. Like, those hourglasses will get you through any of the 3 trap chests in Evelyn. So, maybe this is a see what you get, reset, see what you get, reset. Oh, ooh. Warlink, you're technically correct, but I think there's going to be... I think there is going to be a small problem with trying to do a Gold Dragon correct.
Does it involve actually killing the things?
It involves actually killing the things.
Okay, this makes more sense. Simbu's going for hair dryers.
That makes a lot more sense. You'll get your money back to be able to afford another hourglass, and you'll get a really good XP infusion. This might even be enough to get Simbu's Palom up to Quake, which would be great. Yeah, the problem is that Gold Dragons actually have, like, respectable defenses in a way that so many enemies in this game don't. That it's really hard to tear through their, 8,400 HP with a team of this level?
Without a dragon slaying weapon, or just... I mean, the Ogre Axe will do some damage, but Kane doesn't have the multipliers to really make it count.
But now the question is, are you going to be lucky enough to get your hourglass off without it being... You don't want to use the hourglass and then the hair dryers kill your... Yeah.
Okay.
He waited! He waited!
Board AI doing a little trolling.
It's like, oh no, I missed! Oh no, I missed! I guess I can use it now. Ha ha, you fool! Of course, Simbo's nobody's fool at this game. That was the game paying him back for the first try double Lilith fight. That's what the game was doing there. This seed has got jokes.
Hopefully Kane survives this hit.
It's a front row. God. That's a little rude, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Meanwhile, Joe is set up here, it looks like, to be able to handle... Well, no, Joe did not have an hourglass, pardon me. Conflating the 2 runners.
I don't believe Joe has purchased one. And both of our runners looking for either a cheeky magma key hiding somewhere or a way to get through that Asura.
So what Simbo needs here is with the faster Kane anchor for these to not have queued up a second hit. If they've not queued up a second hit, Simbu's in business. And it doesn't look like they have, since Palom just got that virus off with impunity. So, a little party agility magic and getting it in under the wire that time.
Oh, Simbu has Berserk, so Kane can start hitting things.
Yeah, and back row glitched, and we saw that life getting queued up there. So definitely going to be attempting to get a life glitch or two off here for the bonus XP and the bonus bonus XP and bonus cash. Actually choosing to pick the Edward up here. Fascinating.
There are some potential fights where that Edward could be useful.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're worried about anchoring, well, there are more characters in the seed somewhere. Somewhere. You can just swap them out later.
Judge Joe is through the Mad Ogres.
7,000 XP. There's Virus on Joe's Palom.
And gets an Artibo for his troubles.
Amazing physical stats stick for any archer, but we don't have any arrows to go with it yet. Simbu, meanwhile, getting, I think, all the levels you may need to do a hook route, only gets a silver apple. But I don't know if Porum is your white mage for a seed, and you can't sell the apple for anything anyway. I think I know where I'm putting it.
Is it on Edward?
Close. Someone of comparable physical prowess. That's cute. Joe buying a power staff here. That probably lets you beat Asura on ordeals via life locking.
That is very true, Warlink. Kane does get the Soma drop.
Mhm. But yeah, Simbu here going to Eblin now. Gonna probably take down all three of these for the levels, the XP, the money.
Yes, Simbu doing some arrow shopping to go with that Artibo. Or Judge Joe is, sorry.
Yeah, that is also a way to make your Porum be able to take down Asura. The agility and strength boosts from that are a little absurd, and as long as you time your life locks, you're golden.
It's plus 10 to both, correct?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Please switch those.
Uh-oh, wrong hands. So going to be a little weaker than it normally would be, but it'll probably still be strong enough.
On Simbu's side, taking the Stalemate and Skull, we have a Sleeping Cane. Not that that's going to make much of a difference.
Well, it'd be nice if you were up right now with that, well, with that Ogre Axe. Stillmen are giants, but...
Palom can just make angry Black Mage noises at it and it'll go away.
Yeah. Porum gets the XP anyway. She is the hero. So, no problem that she got knocked down. It's kind of the big reason that she's staying in the front row here. Gungnir. Well, if you're not fighting giants, that's a huge upgrade for Kane. Well, huge. It's a moderate upgrade for Kane.
Agreed, Zoe. I wasn't sure if Judge Joe was actually going to be swinging with, or shooting.
Well, we'll get a good look at it here. What is the plan? Waiting on the Grey Face to do lifelock strats, it seems.
Probably the safest strat here.
And with this check, this will wrap up all the overworld checks. We will know what every one of them contains. It is just a pan. You could conceivably find a magma key on the moon, but otherwise, that hook is our way underground.
The only way we're not fighting those hook route bosses is if the Staleman or the Mad Ogre chest on the hook route have the magma key.
So we're running back in now to hunt the ogre's chest. Yeah, the levels are good. The defense, kind of bad. Damage output, pretty darn good at this point. But again, just not having armor for the team, fairly rough with all these squishies.
Jojo has switched over to the power staff and will simply bonk Asura to death.
Here we go. They're going on the right hands now. This should give Joe a nice little damage boost. Or at least more consistent.
Judge goes through, claiming his hook.
You know, one thing that we've seen more of in this seed so far than I've seen in a while, and I think it's purely because of that money issue. Normally, people throw life pots for their life glitches. We have seen a lot of Porum going a life 1 spell, which has a chance to miss when you're casting it on opponents. But it's just funny to see that being the option for getting your extra dose of rewards. I don't know, something charming about it. Hey, and there we go. 40 minutes in, first objective lit up. Ugh.
And hook route potentially confirmed.
I mean, for what it's worth, though, you know, there may be a relatively slow build-up of power right now, but we're getting there. This is a team, at least the non-Eddie parts, that's going to be very strong in the end game, I think. You have your white mage, your black mage, and your heavy armor physical damage dealer. It's hard to really complain when you have all 3 of those covered. It's just the steps to that endgame power are going to take a little bit.
And depending on what we find, even the Eddie could give us some endgame power.
That's true. That's true.
The spoon flag is on.
He'll be able to do 1 attack, and then... Now, Blink forgives a multitude of sins on Eddie's squishy nature. So, yeah, the speed that he brings to the party, he can definitely contribute. Sabu doing a little more shopping now. His cash reserves are at 15,000 Artemis arrows.
Only need to buy 1.
Yeah. Porum can self-zerk, and as long as she doesn't die in the fight, that arrow will be all you need. I think I would have bought like 1 more, just as insurance.
Buy them
just
separately and keep 2 stacks of 1.
Exactly. Maybe even 3 stacks of 1. What else are we putting in the inventory this season?
And then
nothing.
And then reflexively hit sort and group them together anyway.
I would do that. You're right. So yeah, Artemis bow, Artemis arrow.
It's a very well spent 500 GP.
That's gonna do a little bit of work. Porum might be the new damage monster instead of Kane.
She'll have the multipliers for it. I don't believe we found any strength boosting gear Kane can use.
True. I do like the extra hourglass purchase. I might have been a little hesitant in the hopes that hourglass 1s or 2s are for sale underground, just because they are considerably cheaper. But the nice thing about those 2 is that if either your Stellman chest or your Mad Ogre chest starts going pear-shaped, well, there you go. There's your safety button, your panic button.
I would definitely be concerned about Hourglass 1s being for sale. I believe Hourglass 2 and 3 are the same cost.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm so used to not playing S-Wild or playing S-Wild where it's free that, yeah.
I think that Hourglass 3 was 6k, and I'm fairly certain that's what a 2 costs.
This sounds right. 1 magic arrow for our battle pool. Moving her to the middle for accuracy purposes.
That form's going to be speedy and doing, what, about 400 or 500 a shot when zerked?
An Antidel with an excellent observation, by the way. 1 hourglass, 1 Artemis arrow, 1 life glitch.
Yeah, that's very true. Gold dragons are now on the table.
You got a stew going, baby. Dragon stew. Delicious. But at this point, on the other hand, there's also the fact that you have gone back and forth to the moon multiple times already. Your party is in the high 20s. Maybe you're hoping to swap Edward out for someone better, either on the Hook route or at Dwarf Castle. Maybe you do want to wait so that whoever you bring to the party later can get that moon XP as well.
A very good point.
So, lots of things to consider here, but I do love the idea of that, because it's such an easy... what is it? Isn't it... I know. Yeah, nice. I get it. I believe that if you life glitch one of them, it is 69,000 gold. Isn't it 23,000 gold?
That is correct.
Yeah. That's...
You get 90... Without 10 key items, you get 90k XP and 69,000 gold.
That's walking around money right there. Joe, meanwhile, going to clean up the remainder of these trap chest checks. Simbu has earned the hook, and yeah, I am wondering that, like, are you going to take 1 more moon trip for even more power, or are we going to save that siren just a little bit longer?
Personally, I would save it at this point. Maybe try to get 10 key items and then use it for a quick 180.
You know what I think a very, very, very cheeky metagame play would be on this, that you can really only do because it is vanilla trap chests? I would love, if I were filling a flight of fancy, I would go take that gold dragon fight, right? Get the money from it. Come back to the blue planet. Buy a handful more hourglasses. And then you just hit up the... Well, we already did hair dryers on Simbu's side. But hit up the 4 trap chests on the moon that you can hit with an hourglass.
The 2 warlock carries, the... Is the red giants you can do it too?
Yeah, red giants, and they will take bonus damage from the ogre axe. And the warlock defossil. So you can do 4 of those trap chests on the moon. Although, admittedly, they probably will all give crystal swords and adamant armors. And by that I mean, there's no adamants. Would
So
you like to
just
stack
sell
crystal swords?
Sure, I could sell them for a whole lot of 0.
I would
They're-
like to
they're shiny?
revise. I would like to revise my plan. If adamant armors were enabled, then you do that. Adamant armors being off, yeah, getting a stack of holy swords you can't sell is not the dream. You're right.
They're shiny, you can feed them to the fat chocobo. That counts for something.
That's true. He's a very hungry boy. I like to imagine the big chocobo is actually the one who powers the whale. That's why he's down there. It's basically the engine core of it. And just like how Nibbler in Futurama creates dark matter by digesting and, just creating singularities out of everything that he eats, that's the big chocobo. He's powering the whale.
The big chocobo creates singularities out of the crystal swords you feed it.
Yes, exactly. Alright, I want a new flag. I want it to where for every crystal sword you feed the big chocobo, the animation for flying to the moon and back is reduced by 20%. There we go. So, if you feed it 5 crystal swords, boom, you're instantly at the moon, no cutscene. Zoe, let's make this happen.
I'm ducking. I think there might be a newspaper coming.
Our runners still basically side by side. Simbu does have a bit of a level advantage here. Gets a ninja hat. Hey, finally, a piece of defensive gear! And it's not a bad stat stick. +3 strength, agility, and vitality.
Oh, Simbu going to get some value out of that hourglass.
Yeah, that's a fantastic fight to have a spare hourglass for. Although, we know the Toad Spell. Toad Spell gets you pretty much safe as well.
That's very true.
Although they will still take their little hits and take up a lot of precious seconds in the animation.
That spot's not... It is a little bit punchy, and we're still lacking in defense for the most part.
Yeah, yep. I wonder if there are any other characters in this scene.
It's not too relaxed. They gotta be hiding somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I should say.
Yeah, like, it's just been hilariously bad luck. There, somewhere out there, there is a Rydia, there is a Rosa, there is a Yang, and there is a Sid. There's somewhere out there.
One can be on the Giant. 2 of them could be in Zot with the Earth Crystal gated by Alt Gauntlet Ogopogo.
You just made me cry on the inside a little bit. Well, okay.
I don't feel bad about that.
I'll go back to the old, the happy knowledge that this team in the long run is plenty strong. It's a strong team. It's fine.
Agreed. This team is capable of finishing the seed. Just they need power. So we're getting all 3 life glitches off.
Yeah, it's kind of cute here. Opening the fight with the Porum with the bow equipped to where she's extremely fast, but then taking it off to make sure she's able to land these life spells. So, 100! We have 100 black shirts. We did it.
That's exactly what we needed.
Our goth wardrobe is complete. We are ready for the school year. Now we just need to find our makeup, our hair dye.
I could see Kane being the goth kid.
Nah. Kane is secretly big old beach himbo. Like, have you seen those blonde locks in the original ending? Oh my goodness, he belongs on a volleyball court somewhere. Actually, that sounds terrifying. Imagine playing volleyball against the Dragoon. That just wouldn't be fair. All right, I'm calming down.
Just hope they don't miss.
I have to message Scala about something. Imagine Kane Highwind playing beach volleyball. That just wouldn't be fair.
And then try to figure out how we got to that. Magus Sisters at the King Queen spot. That's not terrible at all. The magic here is fortunately set to tickle.
Set magic to tickle. Yeah, the punches here are definitely going to be the more threatening part, but we know Quake. Quake is good.
And I think we're going to see Simbu swag right into those dimps.
Yeah, with the hourglass to spare, this is no threat.
Man, a very good use of it here.
Yeah, I think we may all. I wonder if we're going to see either a Toad cast or just go right into Quake. Landing Toad, of course, would result in a lot of bonus damage for a Zerking Kane. But Quake, on the other hand, is just going to do, what, like 2,500 apiece to them anyway?
And they have, what, 7,000 to 8,000 each here, I think?
Yeah, so I guess that's reasonable. Chat over here wanting to see Golbez somewhere nasty like Giant, but the funny thing is that I don't think Giant's even necessarily the nastiest place for him on this flag set. I think once you put that K trap into play, it's very easy to gate him through an even ruder place than the Giant, I think.
Golbez at Elements is just a big pile of HP that doesn't really threaten you that much.
Yeah, spell power at that spot, relatively low. The more annoying thing there is the fact that he full heals you before the fight. That's the real rudeness about
Golbez
at Elements.
Yeah, you can't set up pigs, toads, or just a bunch of dead characters in advance. Golbez at... I would say Golbez at Sealed Cave, but I don't know if we want to give our runners the double.
That's true. Hey, roughly 55 minutes. Simbu is through of our two restream runners, first to the underground, but Joe right behind, entering this Dark Imps fight. Neck and neck. They've taken slightly different routes to get here. And as far as checks made, I think Simbu has the advantage of one check so far, and that is the hairdryer's chest. Meanwhile, that's a demist. Did you see that demist?
I saw the demist.
I hate demist there. I hate demist. I mean, it's not that it's threatening, it's that we don't have a tower key. That's two checks that you effectively get by going... It's so annoying.
It's slow, lots of HP. You're going to see multiple missed phases, especially with this party. Judge Joe landing the Toad. These dimps are now completely free.
Oh yeah, no hourglass, no problem. Yeah, there are 4 relatively benign trap chests here. We don't have anyone who can do bonus damage to them, but we do know the stop spell. And we know where they are, so we don't have to open all the chests trying to find before in the itty-bitty rooms.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the nuisance of the last chest in the tower being a trap. Which happens more often than I'd like to think.
Oop, the Cane landing the jump before the stop went off, so we do get ourselves a Stone Man summon. But I think the Simbu's Cane did Simbu's Cane have the Gungnir or still the Ogre Axe?
Last I saw, Cane was swinging the Gungnir.
Okay. Oh, Ice 3 should all. Palom already has Ice 3. That hairdryer's chest did a lot of work.
Between the hairdryer's chest, all the XP from the three life glitch Mad Ogres and the hook route, yeah, that'll get you there.
Yep, there's our first quad 9s of the seed. Well, that's a lovely little stat stick for Palom. Did not see either runner have, well, they didn't have 60,000 to spend on a Stardust Rod, so that plus 10, this Palom's getting online in a big way. Not that the quad 9's last fight didn't already indicate that.
Palom needs a little more firepower, You can't just quad 9 everything.
Doing the stop first for jumping. Although none of these enemies that the alert summon are any threat to the team at this point, it's more just the time they consume.
And the Chimera, Manticore, those are annoying.
They are very annoying. Joe is through. Also, sub-hour, that's a magma key for Simbu.
Simbu can now get underground.
So, for what it's worth, we're halfway to 10 key items. Double XP is enabled this flag set, so you're not going to reset out of it. It's just like, oh, the seed has jokes. the seed has jokes.
That's not quite the funniest place to find a Magma Key. It's on the list, though. I think funniest is a Feymarch freebie.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
That's very true, Mobile. You don't regret taking the hook route now.
Palom strong enough to one-shot these, even with their relatively good magic defense, if I remember correctly. Hey, it's Kane's quote-unquote ultimate weapon. The seed's at least been nice about not throwing paladin swords at us. That would be, I think, a little bit of too much mockery.
That is very true. It's been giving us the stuff we need.
Charm rods, various Kane weapons, an Artemis bow for taking care of Asura on ordeals. Yeah, this is not so bad. GG's to our restreamer. That's Gambit, by the way. And Sheep Launcher keeping track of so many things. And tracking any K-Trap seed is fairly obnoxious, so huge shout out to Sheep Launcher taking care of the buttons tonight.
And shout out to my co-commentator Invenerable with that fantastic segue.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Always a pleasure to be in the booth with you. Always a good time. Third alert falls. Bahamut summon. Cheeky. Meanwhile, Joe here, bopping the monk with a pan, taking advantage of that one that we got from the chest in Eblin. Sorcerer.
Hey, it's a slightly better black shirt that white mages can take advantage too.
Yeah, I think I would be putting that on my Porum. Like, it is a slight upgrade, but at the same time... Oh, poor little Porum. I guess Porum gets XP no matter what you do. Like, dead, alive, doesn't matter. But I think there's definitely the prospect for a fight where your Porum gets one hit right when she was about to cast an important Zerk or an important Blink.
I would agree with you there. I think Porum is the better choice just because you don't really have a chess piece for her.
No, hopefully either you or Chad or Tracker Saul was looking at the Sylph reward, and I did not see what the fourth alert chest had. What did Simbu get from the fourth one? Oh, the Bahamut was the fourth one. Okay, then. Oh, the third one was the White Spear. Right, alright, okay. So the 4 chests in the tower. Charm Rod, Magma Key, White Lance, Bahamut Summon. Okay.
It's a pretty good tower.
Yeah, it ain't shabby.
Also means if you find Rydia, do you take her because you have Blarg?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, she may come in as a wee little baby, but you have black shirts, you have Bahamut, you have... you could move that Charm Rod over. Bahamut, as soon as you can cast Bahamut is doing work for you. Though, alternately, you might just stand her because she is the perfect anchor coming in at level 1.
Let's get more Kane weapons, shall we?
And that's one of my favorites. I don't see any reason to buy Bacchus wine at this point this seed. Who do you think's in that Kaipo bed? Did anyone look earlier while shopping?
I don't believe so. No more shield, only swing.
Yeah, no one's been to Kaipo. They did run into Mist, or at least Simbu ran into Mist, but no one's been to Kaipo.
That makes sense. There wasn't any real reason to go there.
Yeah. So Joe going to give us our first peek here. I mean, the funny thing is that I think Joe also wants Iridia here, but not because he has a means of giving her power. It's because, again, perfect anchor for the team, don't have to worry about cursed rings, like, just huge value in that regard.
Joe's thinking about it, and I would not object to taking Yang here.
My main thing with Yang is that you really want his elemental claws to get good value out of him unless he's, like, level 40. And this one's not level 40 yet. Like, I really think that the Edward has higher upswing right now. Like, if there's Odin, well, you can...
That's very true. You can Thunderstruck him.
Yeah. Odin, Dark Knight Cecil, the two big ones. Sometimes you can get away with cheeky hides on a few other ones, but
Those are off the table already.
yeah, that's true.
We've seen Evil Wall, so no high stress there. We've seen Plague, so no cheeky hide there.
Yeah. But we've not seen a Thunderclaw, which is to me the #1 weapon that makes Yang viable until you're at exceedingly high level. Ice Claw has a little utility with Ruby. Fire Claw, man, you got better options.
The only advantage I see with Yang is that since this flag set is a bit light on the gear, and he doesn't really care about it too much.
That is an excellent point, because you're going to probably get all the levels, and if you get all the levels, Yang's going to do what you need him to.
Simbu finding what I believe was a Protect Ring from the Demon's fight.
I don't hate that either. Like, we've been talking about the lack of defensive gear. That's something anyone can wear.
That is Antlion at the... No, it's not. It's Ruby. Thought I saw no sprite.
He jumped a little early. Offsides, Ruby. Offsides. Or no, false start? I don't know.
That depends which side he is. Is he attacking or defending? It's a 5-yard. It's a 5-yard penalty and replay the fight.
This is actually a pretty nasty place to have the Avenger equipped going in here. These Fire 2 counters.
As Sheep Launcher pointing out, that Ruby Sprite we saw at the beginning of the seed has to be elements now.
Showing off that cute little Life 1 counter.
And potentially doing what I've seen a few people theorize in chat is the meta objective.
Ooh, a good point.
I've seen it theorized that it's have Ruby do his counter or his I lose now script.
The perfectly polite Podesta.
Ruby is fairly polite.
But not at that spot.
Well, personality polite, not necessarily a punch you in the face polite.
Yeah. But we do see Simbu here on the way to do the pan check, taking advantage of the fact that the Toad Lady is in her vanilla spot, and she can't hurt you. She can't.
Well, physically she can't.
Emotionally,
getting turned into a frog and back repeatedly, it takes a toll.
Luckily, though, both Toads that landed hit Palom, so in and out of Toad status does not stop the Quake.
Although it may cause an existential crisis and get some Stardust Rod for the work.
Goodbye, Charm Rod. It's kind of funny that Ruby is a very generous boss, and that he can only ever kill 2 characters at once. If he gets to the second go around when he punches twice as part of his script. The greatest threat in fighting Ruby is zerking up at an inopportune moment and eating one more Fire 2 counter than you can deal with. So I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of poetry in that. The fire element is the one that, I don't know. Play with fire, you get burned. There's something there. I just can't put my finger on it.
I think you're on the right path, getting burned in RJ abilities.
No J abilities. I did notice fairly early in the seed that there is no bluff available.
I was wondering why we weren't seeing power punches. That would explain it.
Simba gonna give us some new information. The D-Miss reward is...
It's the spoon!
Ooh. Alright, I guess Edward gets to stick around.
Yeah, throw the ninja hat on him, let him swing the spoon. And Zoe is digging at something. Perfectly polite Podesta has been... The objective has been met.
Ooh.
I'm going to assume it was trigger the fire 1 or trigger the life 1 counter.
Can we know what flag gets enabled accordingly? Ooh. Okay. So Joe did get that on the first go-round, just didn't succeed in the fight the first go-round. Flag will be revealed at the end, so don't y'all go anywhere, chat. Hey, you're good. You're good.
That, as I mentioned in our community clubs channel, people had been theorizing that the trigger that it was trigger the fire 1 or the life 1 counter.
I really like that as a meta objective as well, because it's going to, for folks who are paying attention to the Legacy Flag set, it's going to teach them a very important part of Ruby's script. And it's just, again, basically, if you have 3 characters and a source of fire, you cannot lose this fight.
As long as you don't accidentally trigger the fire 2 counter.
Yep.
Ah, interesting, Zoe. I was not aware of that.
Simbu here using the Sand Ruby. No respect for... No. Okay. Okay, I know why Simbu used that Sand Ruby. I know why Simbu did that.
Was it for a full heal?
It's for a full heal. He doesn't want the monk, just has been walking on a ton of damage tiles and does not want to camp or use, like, the Dwarf Castle bucket. I like it. I like it for the cheeky full heal.
Hey, we found another character.
Although, dude, where's my car? Where's my car, dude?
Where's my Falcon? I swear I parked it right here!
That's one of my favorite things that, like, every runner of every skill level does. Like Simbu is one of the classic greats of this game, but it does not matter. One of my favorite racing memories was when, in a matchup, both Rivers McCown and Penguinator went the wrong way towards where, like, I think they had both done the hook route and then done a certain portion of the moon, and then could not find their hovercrafts for some reason. Like, they both took the same wrong route and then had to route back to where they had left it. It was really cute. And just the fact that this happens to everyone, because you get in such the habit of where you leave things, it's like, oh yeah. I think it's cute.
So Judge Joe finding one of the Rooter bosses that can show up at the second spot. Just because it's a 3,000 HP spot, you don't want to have to... And Bomb Bomb adds another 10,000 to it.
Now, I believe the Quake here will retarget and only hit 1 bomb. Yep.
Yeah, fired that off a hair too early.
Ooh, the Protect Ring and the Ninja Hat going on Edward. Simbu leaning in to the Bard as a physical damage dealer. I like it.
Yeah, Protect Ring will help with his glass cannon status a little bit.
Oh no. Okay. Everyone likes to talk about the Kaipo lady or the Troya lady being the worst NPC in the game. No. It's that dwarf there and the one on the left. Those two are the worst in the game.
They can just get stuck in a cycle walking up and down, blocking the stairs.
Yep.
I think we've all been in that position where they just trap you when you're trying to do some shopping.
Yeah, and also, you know, like, the Kaipo lady and the Troya lady, and even the Aggred NPCs to a certain degree, I feel that can be kind of manipulated, and there's a nearby door you can go in to reset them. Right there, it feels like by the time you get all the way to the left or right, it's so far away to reset them.
Agreed. Like, the Kaipo lady, you could just push up on her before you go shopping and you're fine.
Hey, that is the Earth Crystal. That is pretty cool. 2 characters and, of course, objective number 3 available. Though, are you really changing your team at this point in the game? I don't think I would be.
On Judge Joe's case, you have Rosa. Judge Joe dropped the Yang for Rosa.
I don't hate having the second white mage for safety at all. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
I'm not sure who I would take here to replace anyone in that team.
And again, I would like to reiterate, somehow, in spite of all these checks, there has not been a single paladin sword dropped. And I just think that's very kind. Very kind of the seed roller, very kind of the seed.
Simbu declining to take the white mage. Perfectly understandable, especially with the power available. It's hard to drop a Kane that's got levels and good gear, or a Spoonword.
Yeah. Spoonword is going to be the... Yeah, very glass cannon, but with no Cecil in play. I mean, Yong would approach his damage level if you get him to, like, level 60, but I think you're hoping not to go all the way to level 60 on this race.
You got a Protect Ring. If you can pick up, say, a Ribbon, Edward can very easily tank at least a nerfed Big Bang.
Yeah. And accordingly, if you've not spent your Silver Apple yet, all of a sudden I think he's a very appealing target. Porum was appealing earlier, but now you really want that damage source to survive a nerfed Big Bang. So, also though, now you kind of want to buy Bacchus wines too. Okay, not so being in a spot that would almost be threatening if we had not already been through the hook route.
And didn't have an Adventure Cane swinging away at it.
Yeah.
This spot is not known for its speed. Kane's going to shred this thing.
Yep.
And in doing so, he will make some turtle soup.
So, just to review, Simbu did take that entire little side quest up Lower Babel, and didn't actually get any meaningful value from it. I mean, got another part of the key item count and everything, but Joe here, in spite of not going there, is even Stevens with him regarding actually, chasing these objectives down.
Joe is even on objectives and slightly on objective checks, but the extra power from that spoon is can make a big difference.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see. You have one or two fights where that Eddie just gets hit at the start before he can start rolling, and I think suddenly that investment swings in favor of maybe that Rosa. I think it just depends on how lucky you get in some of these battles.
There is Sid. I believe that means Rydia is the only character we haven't seen.
Yeah, that's true. So at this point, she could be Baron, or Giant, or Package.
So if Judge Joe is in fact holding out for Rydia to try to get the meta objective, Seed's doing everything it can to not let him do that.
Yeah. Bandanas, by the way, a great investment, relatively cheap, and you do get +5 strength and vitality, if I remember correctly. Very good piece of stat gear.
Okay, I always get these confused. Is it bandana or headband that gives the vitality?
I think they... Oh, I may be wrong on that. What I do know is that the headband gives charm resistance, but the bandana doesn't, which is
then
kind
the
of
bandana gives vitality, because one gives vitality, one gives charm resist.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of cute that the lower tier one still has a pretty great utility, because of course, if you resist one status effect from like a bad breath attack, like the Marlboros, like a headband gives you immunity to the entire bad breath, for instance, as long as it's a single target one. So, ooh,
and there are 2 trap chests where that may be coming to play.
Yeah. Let's check it out right quick. Yeah, bandana's the vitality, headband's the charm resist. Yep. Now
like
again, I looked away for a second.
Which is which. I always have to hit select to make sure I've got the right one.
I look away for a second there, and Simbu has clicked through the treasure screen again.
It was a tower key.
Oh, that's so... Oh, rude. You hate that.
Yep, the Batman chest has a tower key.
Now, that's a cute reward for Judge Joe. Cursed Ring from Zod. So if you really need to reset your anchoring for a particular fight,
and Legend Sword from the Rat Tail chest. So we're getting our key items quickly, despite it being K everything.
So Simba going to give us our first peek at the Feymarch bosses. Two pretty rude spots on nearly any seed.
And by my count, Simbu's got 10 key items.
Oh, Odin at Leviathan.
So, about that Thunderstruck.
What was the character flag? Is Rescue still enabled, or is this is the C-Buy?
I don't believe C-Buy is on.
You can go back and get your Edward if you really want him.
I would not be against it. That is a very punchy spot.
Yeah. Now, the cute thing, though, of course, is that if Simbu does chase that Tower of Zod objective, we'll get a Cursed Ring, and then you're in great shape to be able to get that Thunderstruck off just without too much worry.
I believe Judge Joe is heading to the Poison Treasury. With Cursed Ring in hand, this is going to be very free.
Yeah, the Cursed Ring is motivating this play, and I think it's very smart to push it right now. Now, did he also take the Artemis bow off of his Rosa?
I'm guessing yes, given how fast that came up.
Yeah, okay. I saw him put the Cursed Ring on her. I didn't see the Artemis bow come off, and kind of important to do both.
You got Quakecaster and Perfect Anchoring. Perfect time to take the Poison Treasury.
Yeah, this is the right time for this play, and that is objective number 2 located. There's something to be said here for not bothering with any other chests. We have Sealed Cave access, number 5. We can trade away the Rat Tail, number 2. All that we need is Golbez for Go Mode.
There's also the argument, you're already here, take the XP.
The XP does matter on this flag set. That's true. And you will be one-shotting every one of these fights. Simbu picking up the other half of the Forge. Super Smith will get a Porum weapon from this. Let's go to the data and see what those options are.
It is it's a Nirvana or a Seraphim.
Gotcha. And the Seraphim's Mace casts Heal when used as an item. The Nirvana Staff casts Wall when used as an item. Which, given, maybe Simbu kept track of where Star Veils were for sale. But you know what that enables? That enables a pretty effective trapdoor grind if you want it. So I would be really hoping for a Nirvana Staff here.
Fire Blizzard mentioned Golbez in a trap chest. I'm sorry, this is Final Fantasy IV, not Phantasy Star.
Just a Seraphim Mace. So, lovely White Mage stat stick, but is not the one that does the really good thing. I think that's Simbu checking there, is this the one that does Heal or is this the one that does Wall? And sees Heal and leaves it sitting there in the inventory.
Zoe choking in chat, this isn't 5.0 yet. Are you hinting that we're going to have Boss in a Box in 5.0?
Nothing wrong with that.
And if so, can it just be called the Phantasy Star flag because of that series' propensity for having final bosses in a chest?
I mean, Final Fantasy V has a super boss in a chest.
That's right. Is it Shinryu's in a chest?
Yeah, Shinryu in a chest right before X-Death. Now we got Bad Breath, and now you're a lil frog. Alright, that cleans up the last of the trap chests. Actually, I don't think Joe did the Toad Lady one yet.
There's the Paladin Sword.
At long last.
Right,
For
you
what it's
can't-
worth, that's... I'm just very impressed we made it this long without one.
Yeah, you can't go this long with it. You can't roll the dice that many times without hitting one eventually.
But yeah, Joe could just be in go mode here. Like, what gating items do we have left that are still hiding bosses? Twin Harp hides a boss. Package hides a boss. Baron hides 2 bosses. The third one we know is Elements. Tower Key hides a boss, and that's it. So 34 bosses in the game. Judge Joe has access to the overwhelming majority of them.
If I'm in Judge Joe's shoes right now, I am in full face check mode.
Yeah, I think I go knock out the Sealed Cave, and then it's peak Moon bosses, and then it's peak Giant, even though it's Vanilla Giant.
As you know, there's always a chance Golbez is chilling at CPU.
Now, the question for Simbu here on the restream is, once Simbu gets this Cursed Ring, is he also going to customize his party to knock out Sylph Cave chests and go target those?
I could see Simbu doing that, or taking out that Odin.
And of course, we'll note that although we have 2 featured restreamers tonight, there are actually a total of 9 racers who signed up for the race, 8 of them still running, so lots of folks competing. Only the 2 on stream qualify for the meta objectives, of course, to change the flags. But we've got 8 runners running, and no one's done yet. So no one has found that miraculous path to the finish just yet, which makes me start to wonder, is that Golbez buried behind a nasty chain? We might be in for a treat.
I'm still hoping for Golbez to be sitting at CPU with something. Kenatsu's already off the table.
Kenatsu's off the table, yes. Can't have vanilla elements there for the huge HP pool.
CPU is annoying there, but that's already gone.
Yeah. Ogopogo is pretty rude there. Ogopogo doesn't care about the poor magic attack of the element spot. And of course, just Golbez at elements is annoying in itself, because full heal, tons of HP, and it's Vanilla Giant, right?
Right, so you have to take the second spot.
You gotta take the second spot.
And that Golbez is not going to do much to help you get rid of it.
Yeah. Now, Simbu here, yeah, like chat pointed out, ditch the Eddy and the spoon damage for the sake of getting a good anchor. Sid with a Dwarf Axe can be your anchor, which means I wonder if Simbu will be a little annoyed to get the Cursed Ring as the reward, because that kind of mitigates a big part of the reason for taking this Sid. Not mitigated, negated. There we go. Joe does get access to yet another boss via that tower key.
I don't believe we've seen what boss is there yet.
Nope. Simbu equalizes on the checks. Now, the cool thing about the Curse Ring, though, is that, like, now, if you were even considering keeping Sid at low level, it does not matter. A Dwarf Axe and a Cursed Ring, Sid will keep you at RA1 until, like, level... probably, like, 800 or so. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
With his agility growth, that checks out. Fairly certain if I look at his agility table, it just says no.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, at level 70... At level 69 and 70, Sid has 29 agility. Then, of course, at 71 onward, it's the random stat gains. And if you hit a +2 agility for all of them, you could get him up to actually pretty high agility, but let's not.
58
Let's not.
plus. I believe there's 29 levels past 70, so 58 plus whatever he's at 70.
Yeah, so 58 plus 29. Okay, you can make him a speedy boy if you are very, very patient.
He actually gets to 29.
Yeah. And then Simbu flips back like, oh, curse ring, okay.
Okay, I got Sid, that's perfect anchor. Oh, I found a better anchor.
Oh, curse ring. Okay, we're good. Now, Joe here is taking... Well, that's bad luck.
Oh, Joe's going to take trapdoors and
I like that he. Oh, he's only taking the necessary ones on the way for XP. Okay.
yeah, probably turn encounters on early and immediately hit a encounter.
Like I get taking these en route that you have to go through anyway. The others I think I'd leave because if the Golbez is on the giant, you're getting all your XP there anyway. You know.
Agreed. If you're on the way, it's not the worst idea to just get an extra 30,000, get an extra 90,000 on the way down, almost 100,000.
Yeah. There we go. Very clean reflect strats versus first one. But Joe not at 10 key items yet. Doesn't have both halves of the forge the way that Simbu does. So Simbu's actually gonna... It seems like Simbu's a little behind here because Joe does have that rat tail. But Simbu's about to come back in a big way in terms of levels, I think.
Simbu just found the rat tail.
Yeah.
Joe hasn't power, so is missing the magma key from there as well.
Yeah. I mean, a key item down here, Joe not taking more trapdoors. Okay. I think Joe realized with that 31,000, he's like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have 10 key items yet. And is going to wait until he sees what is on this altar down here.
Could be Golbez down here, and we have Panic Go mode.
I love Panic Go mode. Panic Go modes. Panic at the Go mode. Oh. Gambit has rolled us a seed, not a tragedy.
And look at it this way, with that Protect Ring, our Bard is safe. We find more Paladin swords.
So, who do we have to fight to get out of here and take care of objective number 5?
Come on, Old Gauntlet. This one's just annoying.
It's the main annoyance is the music that plays during it. That's the worst. This is fine. The physical attack of this spot's not that bad.
This spot. Yeah, Pain Man isn't living up to his name here.
Yeah, everyone's just going to live innately. You don't even need to heal here.
One heal just for safety, maybe.
I mean, had 1,001 HP on everyone, right? The max damage...
Oh, no!
Oh, okay. I understand.
Oh, no! The Avenger's still on.
So, the actual mistake here was taking the cure turn with Rosa. If you don't take the cure turn, the Avenger does not activate and Kane does not start swinging. So, Joe technically made the fight harder on himself by casting that heal.
Joe picks things the appropriate way with a acceptable amount of violence.
Yeah. Now, although I will confess I was wrong, the max damage that Cecil can do with the Dark Wave here is 336. So if somehow Cecil max rolled all 4 characters, all 3 attacks, it would have been a wipe. Avenger, it's a dangerous weapon. It's very dangerous. It's fun, though.
I mean, who doesn't love swinging big old swords around?
All right, speech. There we go.
And stop hitting me so I can tell you about justice.
Earlier, when people were discussing nasty places for Golbez to be, Antidel mentioned the package spot with a high agility anchor. And there is one thing worse than that, and that's package spot with a high agility anchor and an Avenger equipped. Your Avenger user will swing like 50 times before Golbez finally starts the script. It's not fun. So it's such a good weapon, but it is truly, Vengeance is a double-edged sword in Free Enterprise. There are many places where it can ruin your day.
We almost saw one of them.
Yeah. But Joe recovers very smoothly, warping his way out now, walking fast, all these doors pass, and he's outbound.
The quick thinking of using Virus to make Kane stop swinging.
Yeah, very clever. Very, it was such an instant reaction, too. The way Joe's like, wait a minute. Okay, I have the solution to this. It was great. Very well done. Ooh, and Simba being the first one to complete Objective 2, Rat Tail for Twin Harp. That wouldn't be a bad... Well, Golbez is rude there because he interrupts the music, but, other than that...
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Alt Gauntlet being there so we get the extended cut.
Ooh.
Then maybe Package can be behind that, and Golbez at Package, so we're forced to get the extended cut.
Yeah, I think if anyone peeks that, they will be like, I'll leave the save point here. I'll come back after I peek every Moon Boss. Every Moon Boss.
Simba and Judge Joe retracing each other's steps.
Yeah. Having a very full keyring. So Joe will only need a Golbez to get his crystal. You know that Golbez cannot be in a trap chest, and now that we've gotten the Twin Harp, he can only be gated by the Baron Key and the package at this point. I think it's face check time myself.
So, if you're running this, where do you look first?
Well, okay. Shall we talk about metagaming? Is anyone done with the race yet?
No.
Okay. No one is done yet. Do I think I have had some major hiccups this race? If I feel like I've had some major hiccups, I may make a big swing for either Twin Harp or Giant. If I feel like I've not really gotten stymied anywhere, I probably go right to the moon and just start face checking everything.
I agree with that. If I'm in it, I will check the Giant first in some cases, just as I don't think people are going to go here first. Let's make the gamble.
Oh yeah, and especially if you're in a huge race, like if it's one of those races where you have 20 plus entrants, there's nothing wrong with taking that swing for the fences. Nothing at all. I do like the Cape Bahamut peak. You do get to see the boss before you fight it, so that's great knowledge. The big awkward thing here, I think, is the pale dim spot, right? Because if Golbez, you don't have a pass. So if Golbez is in the bottom of the moon, you just get to walk on down.
Right. I was just laughing because Simbu did the exact same thing Judge Joe did.
Oh, with the Avenger? Yeah.
Yep, got them both.
Oh, when one of the best weapons you find is actually a trap card, and every boss is activating it on your way down.
That is Dr. Dialogue.
Yeah. I don't, yeah, getting on out of there. Oh, Lord Goober, I don't think that's an accurate meta objective.
Oh, that's the meta objective from the Hero's Journey race we had on Saturday.
Yeah. If you do want to see the meta objectives, they are on the Free Enterprise Discord, pinned in community clubs.
And for anyone who did not catch it, the Perfectly Polite Podesta objective was completed earlier this race.
Yep. Just cast Fire 1 on Ruby and see his Life 1 counterattack. So there will be a flag reveal at the end of the night, courtesy of Zoe.
Simbu came back with the Avenger off, gets his speech about justice.
But Joe is off to the races, ready to peek all these bosses.
I would say we're at Golbez or free, but I'm fairly certain all the free bosses are off the table at this point.
First boss on the moon.
And there is the Laughing Man himself.
That's a go mode. So, not rudely placed tonight. Both our featured racers should be in... Well, we'll see how cheeky Simbu decides to be with his checks, but I think we're going to have a flurry of finishes coming in hot pretty soon. But now, if you're Joe, how confident are you with your levels right now? They don't look like... That's not a lot of HP across that team. No one even has a 2 in the leading digit.
Still that Siren.
Oh, good point. And this is a pretty cool team for setting up a double life glitch on a Gold Dragon. 240,000 gets you pretty far. Oh, Simbu's getting cheeky with it. The good news, though, is, of course, you can immediately reset out of this check when you see it's not Golbez, so...
Yeah, it's just walk up, crack the door open, peek your head in, say nope, and leave.
Golben's being a little rude to Joe, but does get wall up now, so should be safe the rest of the way. I think with the Porum doing the agility anchoring, should be fine here.
Probably looking to get Porum up, maybe get a wall in Porum and start. Oh, okay.
Simbu sees a sparkle, there's the reset.
Golbez is being fairly polite here, keeps throwing spells at that wall.
Yeah, that's very fortunate. Because here's the thing, with enough other, like spaced out turns from your team entering the queue, I think that wall will eventually wear off. So there's definitely some caution to be had here. And I wonder if Simbu here is doing that metagame, the fact that no one's done yet. I went to the Tower of Babel and got nothing. Surely it has to be at a ruder spot. But, sometimes you talk yourself out of going to where all the answers are.
Or it could be like I was saying earlier, you want to make a gamble.
That's true. That's true. But also, there's a thing that both our runners here had the awkward situation of climbing ordeals, fighting 2 fights, and then leaving ordeals, coming back. So both of them probably feel a little bit behind here. And thus the cheeky play does make a bit of sense. But Joe went right to the right spot. Here comes the crystal. But I don't think it's time for the fight yet.
Oh, Simbu reset to see who the Baron boss was.
Clever, clever. If you didn't make a note of that, that's a quick way to find out.
I was wondering why Simbu hit New Game Plus. That makes sense. Judge getting a Bacchus to go with that Golbez, who can... Judge doesn't have any other melee aside from Kane.
Yeah, I think it's, at this point, it's just get some levels, kill that Z. Ooh, looking at one of this trap chest is Hourglassable. It's one of the Warlock carry ones.
I believe this is the 2 of each chest.
That's the 2 of each chest.
Oh, we're just going to turn them into statues.
But why is Kane on the ground? Kane's not the hero this seed.
Nap time. All that jumping makes you real tired.
Does Joe intend to...
We might be seeing reflect strats coming up.
Reflect strats with Kane as the anchor, Dwarf Axe plus Curse Ring. Or just RA 20, Agility 28 strats for Reflect. That's curious. Anyway, music. Sorry, I'm shutting up. Alright, it's Endless Stairs. I'm not shutting up, chat. So yeah, Joe looking like he intends to take the team to level 48 Rosa, level 52 on the Twins for Reflect strats.
And this is some Endless Stairs and a vanilla Dark Elf.
White Shirt will help on that holy damage from the Rosa and the Porum. So Simbu actually completing that fight, probably contemplating a Baron Key or a package. Crystal Ring should be a quick reset, I think. Or really wants the agility manipulation?
Simbu doing a little trolling by making us listen to Endless Stairs one more time.
Alright, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. So see if Joe goes to more of the... So Joe took the first Warlock carry chest. Is he going to take the second one as well?
Maybe so. It looks like Joe's going to try to turn them all into statues.
Yeah, and I believe Joe still has the Siren if he wants to take a double gold dragon fight. May try to get weak on Palom first. I mean, the Artemis Arrow combo will take that fight down as well, of course.
Looks like another 6 levels needed on the Twins.
If you get weak on Palom first, it's not that hard to get a double life glitch off on the dragons. Otherwise, if you're doing the arrows, you probably only get a single life glitch. As far as bosses go, who can be at the 200,000 XP spot, what's left? Anything? Oh, Kaipo Guards. Kaipo Guards would be big. Kaipo Guards at either the Ribbon or the Masamune altar would be pretty huge. Let's see who we got.
That's the opposite of something you want to see.
Yeah. I mean, you have a great Quaking Palom to kill the arms. You have Zerker, Kane, and Rosa to kill the body. But if you don't react quickly there, yeah, the pain's coming.
Simbu's starting to make checks on the moon.
And I'll note, still not a single finisher in the race yet.
Simbu's using his Siren to summon up some gold dragons while in Cave Bahamut.
I like it, I like it. Go ahead and get the big... Because Joe didn't have 10 key items until the crystal landed, right? 3, 6... No, Joe had 10 as well.
Joe got one more before that.
Okay, my bad. Oh yeah, because the rat tail became the twin heart. Right. Yeah, but having 10 key items, going ahead and getting the levels here. Eddie going to work here, showing Kane what's up. This is how you slay a dragon. But I think with this damage, we might not be getting a life glitch off.
Yeah, the Dragon Slayers got a little too happy.
A little overzealous there, but we do have Cure 4 on Porum now. And honestly, with the damage output of this team, I think Simbu's ready for Zeromus as soon as he finds Golbez.
I would agree with that. I like to play both our runners are making. Simbu found that spoon, which JoJo hasn't, which is pushing it more towards Zerkers.
And Joe is leaning towards Reflect as the option, bypassing that second phase of the Zeromus fight.
Which fits better with the items Judge Joe has found.
Yep.
In both cases, it's simply making do with what you found.
Alright, Simbu here entering the lunar subterrane. Will he go straight to the basement, or is he gonna go check the Pale Dim altar? That's gonna be like the big determining factor for if he can catch up to Joe here. Okay, he's going left, so that'll be go modes for both runners very quickly here.
I mean, to do some math, I think Judge Joe needs to take one more fight to get the nukes in your whites.
Hey, Baron Key. That's cute. So yeah. Actually needs 3 levels on each kid, so kind of depends on who the fight is.
Did I misread something? Or I might have misread something.
It's all good. Yeah, 52 for... Wait. There's not, like, J spells enabled, is there? No one turned J spells on.
No, we have not seen armor get learned.
Okay, good. This fight's kind of cute. You can actually do a Life 2 grind on this fight. It's not the best XP at the spot, but you can do it. Yeah, that's true, Zoe. It's only Rydia and Rosa who get their spells changed around by J spells.
Porum still learns the extra spells, it's just the ultimates are learned at the same level.
Yeah.
Palam's spell is completely unchanged. I think Porum just adds, is it armor, dispel, and is it shell?
Wait, I have a question. Why is there only one character alive on Simbu's side? I feel like something has gone terribly wrong while we're analyzing the experience virtue of Officer and Soldier.
Golbez Shadow 8 to him, and Golbez blasted the third one.
Are you sure Palom didn't blast the third one? I think Palom blasted the third one. Okay, Palom did blast. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sheep Launcher. Like, I felt there was something off about that timing.
I saw a virus going Eddie. I wasn't sure who the source of that virus was. I just assumed, virus being cast in a Golbez fight, it came from Golbez.
Yeah. And hey, there's the package. So, shoutouts to Judge Joe, who has access to every boss in the game now. If we had more boss hunts, that would be very, very, very thrilling. I'm a little sad that not a single Lunar Trap chest gated a single boss anywhere.
And I'm fairly certain after all this time waiting for it, Judge Joe might be a little sad to have never seen Rydia.
Simbu completing the final objective, getting the crystal. Joe checking the final altar here, the Ogopogo Masamune altar for XP.
Well, we're going to see what the Witchburn is.
Do we still have that Artemis arrow?
I don't think Judge Joe bought it.
Ow. Oh, did Joe reset, or is it just a stream freeze?
Oh, come on. Not now.
We gotta know. We gotta know.
Yeah, we're all trembling here with anticipation.
Wyvern. Dang. Oh, there we go. It's back. Everyone wave to Wyvern. Ow. Actually hurt pretty darn bad at this spot.
I did see someone in the chat mention Wave Wyvern earlier. I think it was Berserk now.
Yeah. But the bigger concern here is these Wyvern's about to start reflecting nukes, and at the Ogopogo spot,
as I learned recently, those nukes aren't as bad as they seem.
Wait, really? Oh, I remember this. The Mega Nuke is set to the spell power, but this may change in 5.0. But I believe that there's a glitch in the boss scripts where Wyvern's nukes are significantly lower power.
They're set to like 2 rolls or something.
Yeah. So
I learned about this in another one of our community clubs.
Yeah. Simbu, meanwhile, getting the 208,000 from the life glitches on that chest. That's White and Nuke on the children. I think Simbu's ready to walk this to Zeromus.
I know these don't hurt because I know the nukes, the reflected nukes at CPU, which also has ridiculously high magic, only hit for about 1,000.
Yeah, only 1,300 on that Porum.
Okay, I was wrong. It's 3 rolls. 2 rolls can't do that.
Gotcha. Hey, what's this Porum's agility at? Seraphim, Cursed Ring. She's level 54. Let's go to the chart while we're fighting and walking. 54. Okay, I have to page down a bit.
Seraphim give agility?
Nah. All right. Porum, level 54, has 23 agility, minus 15 puts her at 8. The rest of that team should be at a lovely, lovely RA1. Porum, meanwhile, has a white shirt and a Seraphim mace. So the minus 15 penalty to her white magic is more than negated. her cures should be pretty darn potent here. The only question is, does she stay alive long enough to cast them when we need them?
And with still plus 15 net will, Porum's magic evade is going to be substantial.
Yeah.
And Judge Joe has finished grinding all the way to Nuke and White.
Yep. Both our runners have all the levels they need. Both of them are ready to rush the Zeromus. No one's done in the race room yet.
We may have dueling Z fights very soon.
Dueling Z fights for first place on the restream? Sign me up. Does Simbu safety save? Yeah. No one's done yet. I think
Judge Joe is swagging it.
I mean, heck yeah. Game on, gamer.
Not going back for the safety after getting the levels.
Yeah. Now, at least Joe has a save in the bottom of the moon. You know, Simbu would have been going back to before Golbez and before the trap chest if he wiped his Zeromus. Joe does go back a little bit.
Still goes back one boss fight.
Yeah,
and
the levels there are the bigger concern for sure. But you know, one of these meta objectives is finish with a little swag. And you know, some folks think it's use a kamikaze to skip the crumble. Some folks think it might be use Meteo to kill Zeromus when Zeromus is trying to use Meteo. But honestly, finish with a little swag might be that walk. Fight the Ogopogo altar and walk to Z without saving.
Oh, we're about to find out. But I'm seeing some flags. I think we need to find something else out first.
That's true. Just if you're new to Free Enterprise, all the bosses get shuffled. Zeromus does not, but we randomize it a different way with many, like, what is it, 500 sprites now? It's a lot of sprites.
It's 530 plus, I believe.
Oh my word. So that means we ask a very important question when we throw this crystal, and that is, do it.
Whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
Look at them entering the fighting segment. Oh my gosh. What a great restream. This is so good.
We're gonna have 2 butts.
I love that in spite of all the divergence, these two are entering the fight at the same time. It delights me. Now, Simbu gets the crystal off first, but I think Joe is planning to skip the second half of the fight. No one's done yet in the race room. This is exciting. I'm excited.
Oh, it is the butts, all right.
We are going to kick the butts tonight. Does something stink? Something smell to you?
Yeah. Well, you know what they say: when something smells, it's always the butts.
It's usually
the butts. It must be the butts, something like that. It's been a while since I played Ace Attorney 1.
Yeah. Now, a little unfortunate here that Eddie eats the counter nuke for Simbu. You really wanted to have that spoon damage going, but Zerker Kane is doing some work here. Of course, Joe has a little more to lose here, based on the whole, I didn't save before this fight. Starbell coming out. Holy and Nuke getting queued.
It seems like a fairly straightforward. That Nuke's a little early.
Yeah, Zeromus not quite dropped the immunity yet. If you have a full, like, fully anchored 5-character team here, you can really set it up to where the first Holy does not go until the immunity's dropped. The party size 4 really messes with everyone's sense of timing in this, to say nothing of the vanilla agility anchoring we have going on tonight.
Zeromus being polite on Judge Joe's side, bouncing his counter nuke off the wall.
You know, if you don't venture for luck, you're never going to get lucky. So, love to see it. Definitely a little advantageous over where the initial nuke landed on Simbu's side. But that Eddie is healed up and is about to start swinging, I think. Well, lifed up, not exactly healed up.
And yet, Scala, I'll agree, this is probably the best Larry sprite.
Both our runners dishing out heavy damage. All the spells flinging on Joe's side, kind of a hybrid strat on Simbu's side. Of course, doing reflect strats, you only have to clear that first 61,000 HP. No refill for you. So I think I give this advantage to Joe here.
I think I do, and if you're doing damage fast enough, you don't need to bother healing. You can just go straight through the... Or you hopefully are killing before the second Big Bang.
Yep, that Big Bang doing downright piddly damage.
Judge Joe might be on battle speed 6.
You know, if you are swag walking to Zeromus, there is nothing wrong with taking that extra bit of safety.
I actually agree with doing that here. If you don't have good access to slow, just get your actions as quickly as, just give you as much time as possible to get all your actions in.
Yeah, battle speed 6, no one's finishing the race yet. You're swag walking. I don't mind the safety here in a big community race. Maybe you can't afford that in like a tournament, end of tournament race, but here, no. You're already swagging hard enough. No. Swag it, Joe.
The time loss from potential wipe is much greater than the time loss from BS6.
Yeah, especially when you got your levels after you saved.
And we got on Simbu's side, our Zerkers are swinging away. At that shake on Judge Joe's side, this could be close. Okay, taking a safety heal.
It's a little tricky because, with the walls up, you are healing the boss a little bit as well. Although Simbu's singing a black hole, the Avenger will reset itself, but getting Eddie swinging again will take an action.
We got rocks on Simbu's side.
Wow, the Zerker strats at the higher battle speed doing work, even with the Eddie falling earlier.
Oh, and Porum falls to that Big Bang. That's not the worst.
Does have the Starville queued up on Kane already.
That is a crack bang on Simbu's side. Simbu has finished the race in first place with a time of 2 hours, 1 minute, 31 seconds.
Get your GGs out. Chad, I think you're one step ahead of us. Well done, Simbu. Very well done. But let's wait a second here. Let's keep an eye on Joe's side. Because did get that wall back up on Kane. Full health on Callum and Rosa.
Black hole comes out, so we're going to need another wall up.
Yes, wall up the butts. Oh, you said wall up. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not sure I would want to wall up the butts.
It's a really good card in Slay the Spire. Alright, so we have a Reflect, we have a Nuke. Does this do it? Does this bring it home?
It does!
Crack! Boom! Back-to-back finishes.
Yeah, Judge Joe finishing second. We have our first and second place finishers on Restream.
Yeah, official time 2:02:48. Quite a restream race. The divergence, the coming back together, the cool Z fights, the swag walks. Oh, Zoe, Scala, did that take care of finish with a little swag? Or did we only get perfectly polite Podesta tonight? That is not finish with a little swag.
It was certainly a good guess for a little swag.
And more importantly, it was really enjoyable for us. I liked it.
Oh, so did I.
Hey, we are joined by Simbu. Simbu, GG's on the finish. Well played.
Thank you.
So, big question, in my opinion. This was a big point of difference in both of you. And that's when you only had the Golbez fight to go. You were in go mode otherwise. Only one boss hunt left. How did you choose to approach the seed at that point? You have the one boss fight. What are you choosing to do and why?
I think I did Silk Cave to wrap up that and look for Golbez, and then I think I was in the Golbez only. Tower Key was a really quick check. I thought I might as well go ahead and check Twin Harp just to make sure nothing else was on the Earth, and then I think all of my Earth checks were done. So decided to go to the moon and start crossing off bosses. I think the only check that was gated left was the package. I could be wrong on that, but the odds are it's on the moon, so have to go there right now.
Gotcha. And the big other early thing, like, I love the hairdryer play, but what was Sea Hero with a Porum Hero, Ordeals, what was going through your mind in the early game with regard to how you were going to manage that?
If I had gotten 99 fireball or big bombs, I would have done it right away, but I tried to avoid it for quite a while, and with the darkness crystal on the table, and as soon as I saw those hourglasses, I knew that I wanted to go there. I didn't know how many trap chests I wanted to do, but hair dryers was definitely on the list. And then I decided to go ahead and peek Ordeals and saw that it was Ashura, which was, that fight can take forever if you don't have enough DPS. So decided to focus on trap chests and got the Artemis bow and was like, oh, this solves those problems easily, because otherwise I was going to buy a big bomb and then try to get through it that way.
Cool. Dave, you got any questions based on what you saw tonight?
Those make sense so far.
Dave, anything you saw that stood out that you're really... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Nothing really stood out immediately from your play. So you got the spoon. Yeah. You saw the Sid. Were you planning on making him your anchor once you picked him up?
I was going to use a Dwarf Axe just to clear out Sylph Cave, but then I got the Curse Ring, and it's like, that's one free character slot.
And, welcome to Zod. We've got anchors and anchors.
Yeah, and I really think Spoonword was really nice in that situation, so I think he helped a little bit in the Z-Fight DPS, but yeah, I really wanted to clear out Sylph Cave at the time, and that's so much faster if you have RA1 Quake. Otherwise, the ghosts just take way too long.
You got to sit through 6 Fire 2s, and they hit harder than you'd think.
Yeah, not enough to kill a level 40 party, but, it's annoying.
Well, do you have any other thoughts about the seed, Simbu? Anything that surprised you that seed? Anything that made you wish you had done differently? Or just pretty smooth before you start to finish? Like, what stood out to you that we've not covered?
I was just a little bit surprised that, to me, it felt like I was playing slower than normal, but maybe it's just because I'm a little bit rusty, or just because this flag set is that difficult, because I kind of looked at my timer and was like, oh, it's 45 minutes, and I just now got the hook. So, yeah, definitely went a little bit slow, but overall, I think I played the seed really well. So, not much else to comment on.
Well, GG's, congratulations on the first place finish. Well played. It was really fun to watch, especially with that close of a finish with some good divergence in routing. So you put on a great show, and appreciate you volunteering tonight. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have you put any thought into what your new flag and your new objective are going to be?
I honestly don't know. I'm sure permadeath wouldn't go over very well, so I'll have to think of something a little bit nicer than that.
Permadeader?
Please be nice. Be nice. Like be the magnanimous Victor instead of the cruel overlord Victor.
Oh, I wasn't being serious. You said permadeath. I had to go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be allowed to get away with that. I think that's when dev interventions would come in hands.
Zoe, I was joking. Please don't bonk me.
Zoe's over here starting to swing the newspaper around, so I'm sure you'll have a good choice. I'm sure the flag set will be interesting next week. And yeah, GG's. Very well done.
Thank you guys. And have fun interviewing Joe here in a minute.
Oh, yeah. And we are joined by Judge Joe. Joe, very well done. Love to have a restream race where it's, 1 minute, 17 seconds difference with all this divergence. Just beautiful race. GG's tonight.
Thank you. It was a fun one.
So the big hiccup early on, of course, was ordeals. Sea Hero Seed, Porum Hero. What are you thinking when you're climbing ordeals the first time? What's your general plan for whatever options are going to come into play when you get to that crystal room, that mirror room?
So the first time I knew I had absolutely no items or gear to, hit and deal any damage. So the first time was honestly mostly just for the levels from the 2 bosses to see what I could get, and then check the boss if it's a D-Lunars I actually, or Mylon Z, I can actually beat it because curatives. Otherwise, I'll know what I'm up against and see what item there is and stuff, and what I need to find. After that, I had Berserk, so I used the Ogre Axe to clear the bad ogres. Gave me an Artemis bow, so it was time to head back.
Cool. Yeah, also, point there, Joe, congrats. You did complete the perfectly polite Podesta meta objective by making Ruby counter with life 1. Were you intending to try for that, or was that just...
Yes.
Okay.
That was fully intentional. Although that is a fun thing to do.
Speaking of meta objectives, I don't believe you ever finished the Baron Inn, did you?
No.
Were you holding out for Iridia to try to...
Yep.
Were you thinking Iridia to the rescue, or Andy versus Hakuria?
Andy versus... I managed to go and have Flowdown like, cool, now I just need Iridia. Earth Crystal, nope. And
she was hiding.
And then I got go mode, I'm like, well, shoot.
So yeah, you have activated the vanilla Hobbs flag, which means that Rydias will now learn Fire 1 on Hobbs. Great for Ruby fights, not so ideal for other functions.
That's a funny one.
But as far as these other 6, are there any, you mentioned your idea with the Andy versus the White Dragon. Were there any others that you have an idea for that you're trying to take a swing? Or are they mostly still inscrutable to you?
For the most part, they still not sure about what the rest are, other than the Andy one. There were some suggestions, I think, for lightning-based things, but I just didn't feel comfortable trying out any of those this fight seed, for the most part.
That's fair, especially if it is in fact one of the things we've been thinking about. That the timing on that is tough.
You did confirm for us, though, that finish with a little swag does not mean swag walking from the Ogo altar to Zeromus. So you've given us a little bit of a negative constraint there. We know what that isn't. since that was one of the theories being tossed around.
Yeah. I needed the XP, figured reflect strats are safe enough. I should be fine. And, well, it was not that.
There's no such thing as bad information when it comes to trying to figure this stuff out.
Yep. I was very sad when I'm clearing the moon bosses for XP. I'm like, oh, cool. Baron key. There's a character check. Oh, cool. Package. There's the last character check. I'm like, oh. Unfortunate.
I don't think you would have made our admins happy if you'd thrown for content by trying to check them.
Oh, I'm in go mode. I have nuke and stuff. Time to check the package, Giant, and Baron. Yeah. Didn't feel like that was the best idea. That race kind of flowed well. Very happy with the Earth Crystal giving Cursed Ring.
Yeah, you ran it very smoothly.
Go ahead.
So when you got the Cursed Ring, was your first thought immediately, I'm going to go clear the Sylph Cave?
Yep. I've done enough Fuwario K-Trap stuff. If I have a Quake Caster and a Cursed Ring, I tend to just clear the Sylph Cave. Because that's about all you need.
Was there anything that stood out to you this seed that we've not covered? Any cute little nuances of the way you routed, of a way you took a boss fight, something that stood out to you that you just really want to draw attention to tonight?
It felt kind of awkward. I'm very happy that the trap chest just kind of flowed well. Ogre Axe allowing Kane to get me the Artie Bow, allowing me to just crack open the seed for good. At least that helped out.
Yeah, we were joking also notably that with the Cecil ban, that a Cecil sword did not show up until basically Sylph Cave, after you were already in effective go mode. So somehow the seed was actually forgiving on that front instead of mocking.
Yeah.
We were expecting multiple Excalibur Crystal Swords by that point.
No, those trap chests just weren't giving those tier 8s this time.
We asked Simbu as well. Have you given any thought as to what flag you're going to add?
Well, I thought about maybe less fun one of adding P-Chest. But I'll probably look for something more interesting.
Oh yeah, P chest. if the combo of T junk and SL 0 is in there, it's guess what, you're opening every chest anyway. They're either 0 gold or a pass. That would be.
And then just add the objective. Use pass.
Oh, sometimes this community is so friendly and welcoming, but then sometimes everyone just has this real cruel streak, and it's pretty hilarious to see.
That one's more funny than actually evil.
It is pretty funny though. It's not going to make your seed harder. It's just going to make it a lot sillier.
Until you go and get rid of vanilla traps, then it's fun. But no. There's always adding a money kit to give us kind of a kick to get moving.
That's true. It's always interesting to see how people do cursory shopping on S-Wild when you get the money kit out the gate. What are you prioritizing? Are you going to check every shop before you make a decision, or are you just going to say this is good enough? So that does make for some really cool plays. So that's a good idea. I like that.
Interesting decision.
So it helps speed up the start a little. It actually is kind of fun having it be you can't loot except trap chest. However, it does make the start real slow.
Well, in spite of that, you did a fantastic job tonight. We love a restream where runners are so close together with the divergence. Just very well run, start to finish. Looking forward to Legacy in the weeks to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also have to go and watch this to see what Simbu did.
It was very close. I think it basically came down to Zaroma strats at the very end. Like it's a good run. It's a good watch back. I think you'll enjoy it. Put it on the 1.5 and just listen to us in chipmunk voice.
Hey, there's a few spots where you can just mute us. It's fine. Some tangents that shouldn't be revisited.
Ooh. Sounds fun.
It was fun. I had a great time tonight. Shoutouts again to our featured runners, Simbu and Judge Joe. Did an amazing job of this race. Make sure you click those links and give them a follow. If you don't mind, give us on the Restream team a follow. Me and Dave here on comms, Gambit tackling the Restream, Sheep Launcher tracking all that stuff on a K-Trap seed. Very well done. We're about to toss it over to Tall Grant doing a seed they rolled. Newer runner in the community, so give them that free enterprise love tonight. Dave, I'm going to give you the last word. What are your thoughts, sir?
This was a really fun seed. Great to see new runners come out, especially Judge Joe, one of our pink puffs, I believe.
Yep, I've been...
And a fantastic seed. Always good to see new runners doing that.
You do good.
I just wish
always
Pink Puff time worked better for me.
Yeah, always good to see new runners performing as well. And that'll do it for us as we're heading over to Tall Grant. So, as always, be kind to each other. And don't spoil this race for Tall Grant or you will get the bonk.